Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today to share with you this multi-photo layout created using the Reason to Smile collection from Shimelle. So I ordered a selection of papers and this paperie pack, as well as 2 embellishment packs, but I ended up actually only using the paperie pack. And what I was showing you there earlier is I pulled out a bunch of pieces from the pack. I pulled out some of the yellow elements, pink elements, and then these teal elements, which you'll see me pull out in collections here. And that's pretty much all I use for embellishment. And then I also only use 3 pieces of pattern paper, and I actually only use strips of those. Actually, I lied, 4 because I have that multicolor strip down the bottom. So the idea initially was that I was going to do monochrome yellow at the top, monochrome pink in the middle, and then monochrome teal at the bottom. But I actually wanted some variation of color and gradation, like a little bit of I ended up intermingling them. It was supposed to be sort of a meld and a fusion, that you had a little bit of the pink from the yellow and then a little bit of the pink into the teal. But yeah, no, it didn't end up working that way. But I'm pleased with the way it worked out. So these photos are of my daughter and her, so the title of the layout is Drink Me, because on the coconut, so these are, I'm going to say pre-packaged coconut shells. They love to drink coconut milk, my husband and my daughter, and they always have a tough time getting into them. So these coconuts had these little buttons and it said, "Drink me" on the top. And if you pushed the button in, it was to punch a hole through the coconut shell in order to be able to insert a straw. And so that's why it says "Drink Me," because that's what's on the button. But then as I continue to design, you're going to see that it says, "Oh no, try again." And the reason it says that is because they did not succeed in getting into the first coconut. You know, they were bought for the simplicity of getting into them. Yeah, so much for that. And so that's why it says, "Oh no, try again." So I have decided that I'm going to banner these papers. Easy to do. I just dovetail the ends, cut a straight line up the middle. Well, that's what you should do, to how deep you want it to be, and then notch it. So go in from either side, but I wing it because I've been doing this long enough. I kind of know what I want. So I decided it would be fun to just thread this banner through that solid line of color there. Not that you could, I don't know that you would know that that's what I had done if you didn't see me do this and go through the process, but I just thought it added a fun little element to the layout there. So you can see I've got the basic foundation of how these, I'm going to just go with note cards and banners are going to cascade down the page. Then I am going to arrange the photos as well as then arrange all of the embellishments. And typically I am much more mindful of design as I create my projects, and that's often what my videos are about, is why I make the design decisions that I make based on design principles. But honestly here, there's nothing really other than balance, because it's literally just a cascade of color and fun down the page. And I guess in aligning these pictures, you could see originally I had it and they were going to go on a diagonal down the page, but yet there was nothing else diagonal about that. And so I end up bringing in this top photo a little bit closer so that, again, the line of photos go sort of down the page, but not straight down the page, because I wanted some movement. And by aligning the photos slightly off center from one another, that creates some of that movement that I'm looking for. So you can see here I'm kind of working tone on tone, trying to mix some of the colors, but yet also continue to have some of that tone on tone just for consistency. And again, the paperie pack, I think like there's 140 pieces of paper. There's washi stickers, as well as elements. Like it is I know, so it was $11.99, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. And I know that's a lot of money, but it is an amazing value for money if you like to layer, because it's a ton of embellishments. Look at all of what I have on this particular page, and this is just one page, and I probably literally only used up 1/20th of the pack there. So just encouraging you to consider other things there. Yes, it is thinner paper, but for layering, that's perfect to me. I don't want too many of the 80-pound papers, 60-pound papers when I'm layering, because it just makes the pages end up being heavy, especially if you store them horizontally in an album. Like, that weight can totally warp the way that the pages hang on the hinges of the rings there. So again, just putting in lots of fun stuff that relates to color. Really, this is more about color than it is topic as things go down the page. So one of the things you do have to keep in mind when you are using these washi stickers is that they are opaque, right? So they come with white backing, which can be very deceiving in that you think that's what it's going to look like. But remember that washi is opaque. And so like for that, the yellow heart, for example, you can see through it, and so the yellow becomes darker when you put the yellow on top of yellow. And so this too is a washi sticker, and you can see how you can see through it, which I'm okay with, and it works. For me, there is one piece that off camera I'm going to actually back with white paper, because I want to pop it up on foam. And it's very hard to do with washi, and B, I didn't want it to be opaque. I wanted it to actually have that white solid behind it. So you will note that nothing actually on the page is popped up, which is something that I am very well known to do. It is very hard to pop washi. In fact, I don't know that I would do that. And so that is why I backed the piece that I did back. And those of you who know me also know that I like texture in my pages. So I have that one popped piece, and then I will actually go in off camera, and I'm going to take some of my Simple Stories enamel dots, and I'm going to put those on. So I thought I was done there, but I really wanted this one strip, multicolor strip, that just ties everything together. And so I just put a thin line down at the very bottom there. And that, my friends, is going to wrap it up. So you will see me show you the layout in more detail, as well as some close-ups. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.